Hey, you guys, Stephanie Zima here with My Way of Life Coaching. And today I'm coming to you from Alabama in my camping look. And I was thinking back and forth, should I shoot this video today or should I not, right? We've been hit with a really bad storm in the Midwest and it's been taking me a little longer to get home. But you know what? This week's topic is all about energy management and how to maintain energy and how it is the key to productivity and success as well as inner peace. And I figured, you know what, why not come to you from a campsite, from the things that I'm passionate about, the things that I love. And, yes, even though my hair is not done super great and I don't have any lashes on, Walk It Free is all about showing up, being there no matter what, and, having resilience and perseverance, even if life is less than perfect, because, honestly, this is really what it is. So I decided to come to you anyway today and show you right here and how it is from this beautiful lakeside on my camping site today. All right, so talking to you about energy management. What exactly is energy management? It's the ability to protect, it's the ability to direct and to recharge your energy, your personal energy throughout the day. And you can imagine what that is like, right? You are probably a mom that is, having either a network marketing business or a coaching business or something, and you are sitting down to work doing all the IPAs that you're supposed to do, the income producing activities, and next thing you know, your kids are coming in. It's mom, 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 and you love them, and you're being torn with 55,000 different hats that you're wearing. And then next thing you know, you're supposed to jump on a Zoom, and next thing you know, you're supposed to be changing diapers again. And you know how hard this can be if you have been in that situation or if you are currently in that situation. It can be super tough. So having abilities and tools to really protect your energy, the way how you believe and the way how you think, and to recharge your energy, and doing that super quickly is a vital skill when you want to be in that season of life and create financial future, create extra money that is important for you. So it is super, 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 super important that you get to do those things. All right, so when we talk about what is energy management, it's how quickly you can actually bounce back from a situation, a distraction, for example, or a trigger. Maybe you've been triggered. Maybe somebody doesn't want you to do your business and constantly starting to put things in your way. Maybe they say certain things that upset you. Maybe they want something or need something or interrupt you every single time you're trying to do content. Whatever it is, it has an effect on your mood. It has an effect on how you show up. It has an effect on how you concentrate and how well you focus. And we all know that without focus, we don't have a business. So what can we do, right? What are the things that we can really do to protect our energy? First and foremost is becoming aware. If you are not aware what drains your energy, you're not going to be able to fix it. You are not going to be able to set the proper boundaries in place. You are not going to be able to change it or be ahead of things. Because often when we are triggered, we need to often just be ahead of the trigger. Clearly, right? You're a mom. We cannot just get rid of our children. We also often cannot afford babysitters to take care of our kids. So we have to learn how to work with this distraction because they're there all the time. And I know myself, because that was one of the things. I'm basically a single mom raising my children. They are always with me, and I have to work and find time and ability to make everything happen, even though they are with me all the time. And that's not always easy, because clearly little people have big needs often, and the big needs don't always match with what your agenda is like, right? So having that skill again is important. So become aware. What is your trigger? Is it that you're being interrupted? Is it that you are maybe not approved upon, right? what exactly is your trigger that steals your energy? Become aware of it. So then you need to get rid of your mental clutter. Mental clutter is overthinking. If you are like for me example, right? I was thinking for a second, just a second, I'm not going to be able to do this content. But then I was like, wait, we're talking about energy, and what better than having this backdrop, right? And then I had for a minute, like, whoa, I have no makeup on and I still have wet hair because I just got out of the shower. And then I thought to myself, but walk it free is really freeing yourself from all this mental stress that prevents you from actually reaching the people that you want to reach, and actually being able to develop this content that you are looking to connect with. I'm not connecting or wanting to connect with these perfect people. I am not connecting with these people that have everything together. I want to connect with a mom that is like you, that is trying to get it all taken care of at the same time, working their business, working the kids, and working and rebuilding their life. That is the mom that I want to connect with. And you know what? Moms like us, we show up this way sometimes. And it's not about how beautiful we are in the moment, it's about that we are showing up. Okay. Mental clutter also is a lack of boundaries. If we don't have boundaries with our kids, with our families, when we don't have boundaries for ourselves, we are not respecting ourselves first and foremost. And secondly, we are also probably not getting anything done. And the boundaries look different for every single person. My kids are not falling out of the stairs anymore, right? I can tell them, like, listen, you give mom a 30-minute time, and they are going to be able to do that by now. But that wasn't always the case. I had to work around their schedule. I had to work and be proactive with feeding them and planning certain things so that I was able to keep them safe in that time. So even that is a boundary situation. Now, another thing that drains our energy would be emotional drain. That is the biggest one, you guys. Emotional drain, toxic people, guilt, possibly unresolved emotions about maybe your fears or your perfectionism, or literally the toxic people that don't want you to succeed, and they are often in our family. Now, husbands, and I'm going to say that for a second, husbands often don't want you to succeed, not because they don't love you, not because they won't even say that they don't want it, but they don't subconsciously want you to succeed because they will feel shame that they are not providing, and they feel like when you step in to work and to make extra money, they feel somehow less than. And it has nothing to do with them, because obviously you're doing that for yourself, and you're doing that because it's fun, and you're doing it because want to contribute and not have all the burden of them. But for them, you have to try to put yourself in their shoes. For them, it looks like they're not doing enough, so they're feeling bad, so they're going to try every single thing subconsciously to stop you from doing your thing. So your emotional drain, your toxic person, could literally come from your husband's shame. Okay, I remember when I first started in network marketing, they always say, oh, what's your why? What's your why? My why was to retire my husband. And I always thought to myself, does anybody ever ask the husbands if they want to be retired? Because, how does it feel to them? I mean, I get it that you might want more time with your husband, but what does it feel to them if out of the sudden the traditional roles are being reversed and they are now not the breadwinner anymore and the wife is, right? It's hard on them sometimes. So just remember that, okay, when you think about toxic people. Um, Physical neglect, yes, that drains your energy. So if you're not sleeping good, you're not having the energy that you need. If you have bad nutrition, you're not going to have the energy you need. If you don't move your body and sweat once a day, you are not going to have the energy that you need. That's a problem, right? So protect those things. Make sure you get your movement on. Make sure you have nutrition. Make sure you sleep enough, okay? Maybe you need to get to sleep at 9 o'clock at night to be able to wake up a little bit earlier. Maybe you get to bed at 10 o'clock, if your kids are having sports until 9, maybe 10 o'clock to 5. Find your window and see what works for you, but protect that bedtime. Have a timer, not to necessarily wake up, but have a timer to put you to sleep, right, at night. That's something to focus on. Then spiritual connection. When you feel misaligned or out of alignment, that could be a problem. Okay, when you are not aligned with your mission, with your vision, what you're wanting to do, like what you're standing for, if you're not feeling aligned, see, for me, walk it free is walking it free, becoming independent, becoming capable, becoming confident, becoming able to live life on my terms. That is what walk it free to me means, right? That means I can work from a campsite. That means I get to decide how much money I want to spend, how much money I want to save. That gives me the ability to provide for me and my family, and have the things that I want to do. That is what it is. And I do that because I want to help people. I give and give and give. I'm just a personal giver, right? I love giving to people. And that's why I decided going into coaching, because I am able to teach them what I've already learned how to do, right? I have learned how to be making decisions on the spot, how to be okay when people don't like me. I have been through the ringer back and forth with people not inviting me, not wanting me in their on their circle or in their party or something, and not because they even know me. It's sometimes because maybe I'm a little bit different, but it doesn't matter, because see, I have learned that there's so many people, and that's I get to teach that to my children. We don't have to have that social anxiety. We will find our tribe. We will find the people that are aligned with us, and that is walking it free, right? That's my purpose. But if you don't have a purpose yet, if you haven't figured out why you're doing what you're doing, you're focusing only on the lack. You're focusing on you need to have money. You're doing it for money. You're making something. And then all you do is you focus on what you don't have. And energetically, you are not going to align with that. Right? For me, I don't care if I'm going to make money off this YouTube video. And so therefore I can show up with makeup, and it's okay, because I don't care. It's all about the right person will see this video, and the right person will say, wait a minute, that inspired me, or wait a minute, that was helpful, or wait a minute, I could do the same thing, right? And that is what my mission is. I just want to make sure that I give you tools and purpose and support to do what you want to do with your life. So make sure you have a spiritual connection, your mission, vision, and values, that are aligned with your business, with the things that you're doing in your day to day. You don't just need willpower. That's really important. You don't need just willpower, because willpower, that feels draining. Okay, that does not. If you only operate on discipline and willpower, you will eventually quit, because it literally, you can be the one with the biggest energy source, but you will burn out. You need to have better energy habits that refuel it. You refuel you all the time. See, for me, that's camping, right? Going out, being in nature, seeing different things, having lakes, having nature. This is what I've realized and learned, that it recharges my batteries, and that's what I need to have. So, what is it for you? What will recharge your batteries? You're not going to be able to do it only on willpower. Okay. Now, if you don't have it, if you don't protect your energy, what would it be as far as consequence? Because sometimes we can neglect that. And I think it's really important for you to understand what the consequences will be of ignoring the energy management need. Okay. If you do not protect your energy, you will burn out. You will burn out, and you will feel resentment. And that is not just in your business. That will be in your marriage. That will be with your kids. That will be with every area of your life, your job. It will be with everything. You have to make sure you are protecting your energy no matter what. Okay? I love my kids to death. I'm telling you, I would do everything for them. And lucky we didn't see the kittens today. They had at this campground, because I probably would have not been able to say no, and I probably would have gone home with the kitten. However, God was on my side, and the kittens weren't there, nobody was available, so that was a good thing. But what I wanted to say is, you can resent your kids. Like, if you're always burning out, if you're always doing things for them, you have nothing to give back to yourself with, you are going to burn out, even if you love it so much. That's just what's going to happen. You also will, in your business, for example, have inconsistent business growth, because you're going to start and you're going to stop, and you're going to start and you're going to stop, and you're going to start and you're going to stop, and you are not making it work. Okay. Energy levels determine how you show up. Are you showing up on a regular basis? Are you showing up on a daily basis, or are you not? Okay. Got to make sure you protect that stuff. Negative impact, like I just already talked about it. If you burn out, you're going to have negative impact. You're going to have the opposite of what you want. You're going to be nasty to your kids. You're going to end up, and I know, guys, I have been there. I have been yelling at my kids. I've been there, and it was always because I didn't protect my energy. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't make sure that I stayed away from toxic people. I let them trigger me into feeling shame and guilt and not feeling good enough. And that was the problem. So you got to make sure you actually protect that, so that you protect them and show up as your best self. You cannot not protect your energy and then be your best self. That's impossible. So the risk of not doing that would be the risk of giving up. If you cannot learn how to control your energy and how to recharge it and how to protect it as you need to, what's going to happen is you're going to give up. Eventually, you're just going to say, that's it, I can't do no more, and you are going to give up, and that is definitely an issue. Okay, so make sure that you are learning how to protect it. Now, I want to recap this for a minute here. We have 4 pillars of energy management. 4. Okay, physical energy is number 1. That is your sleep, that is your movement, that is your hydration, that is your nutrition. Then we have 2. That is mental energy. Your mental energy is boundaries, focus, reducing distractions. Those 3 things. So mental energy would be boundaries, focus, and reducing distractions. So protect those: physical energy, mental energy. The third one is emotional energy. That is protecting your space. Make sure everything is clutter free. Make sure everything is the way how you need to. Protecting peace, avoiding drama, and taking care of yourself. Self-care is part of emotional energy. Okay, super important. And then number 4 would be the spiritual energy. Got to protect that pillar. That is your purpose, your alignment, your faith, joy, and gratitude practices. I tell you, if you are feeling grateful, you can't be angry. And I know it's kind of a little bit of a paradox, because often we don't want to feel grateful when we're feeling like we're struggling a lot. But even in the struggle, if you train yourself to look for the positive, to look for what can you be grateful for, you are going to switch this around. You're going to be able to switch around feeling upset. And when you feel grateful, you cannot feel angry anymore. And that is a big, huge plus. Now, is this something that I'm perfect at yet? No, I'm going to be honest with you. There are moments where I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, why do I have to deal with this? And then it takes me a minute or 2 or maybe 5 to come back from it. Okay. It used to, however, take me an hour, a week to come back for it. Everything would be ruined. Now I still get angry at times. However, I can switch that energy really quickly and adjust that attitude and hit that reset button. And that is a skill, you guys, that is priceless. Once you're able to do that, this is priceless. You get so much more life energy back into your days, into your life, that it's insane. Okay, insane. So tell you, if you have not yet realized how worth it this is to learn the skill of energy management, listen to this video again and think about and reflect, how can this impact your day, your life, your situation? For me, this is absolutely a skill that I would want every single person to have, because yes, shit hits the fan often, whether or not it's in your life, in your relationships, with your parenting, or in your business, right? Or in all of them at the same time. It will hit it will hit over and over and over. That's just what happens. The messy middle, right? This is what happens. This is life. We have these things. But you have the choice to level up your skills and get past these obstacles in a perfect way, in a happier way, and make progress on your goals, or let that rob all the moments that you could have. Okay? So time isn't your problem. Okay? It really is not. Even though we always say we don't have time, time is not your problem. It's how you manage your energy. Because when you are focused and when you are clear in your energy, you are going to be able to crush out more progress than if you would have a ton of time. Okay? So challenge yourself today to identify and examine how you are feeling with your energy and where, on what areas in your life you could actually improve that energy a little bit. Okay, drop it in the comments. I would love to know what your feedbacks are, what your takeaways are from this videos. Ask me your questions, and if you want more help, do not forget that I have free discovery sessions available for you. To talk about your unique situation. I love the one-on-ones. I love being able to hear who you are and what your struggle is and where I can help you. And then I can help you to identify which one of my programs might be for you or may not be. Okay. If not, you at least have a session, for free, right? For free, a walk it free session for free. So check out the link above. That is my free discovery session. Click on that, get on my calendar, and let's walk it free together.